Be that it started last year in high school. It was the end of a Swedish lesson at school.
はい、学校でスウェーデン語でしょうかの授業の最後の授業がありまして、
The bell rang, end of lesson. We all rose and started to leave the classroom.
はい、そして授業の最後のその終礼の鐘が鳴りまして、そして我々全員立ち上がって、そして授業が終わったので教室から出始めました。
But the Swedish teacher said, "Jonas, can I ask you to stay for a moment?" And I thought, "Oh shit."
ちょっとまずいぞと思ったんです。
How did she know about that? But she didn't.
でも実はバレてなかったです。
She said, "It's soon time for you to choose direction for college." Starting and ending the novel with the very same sentence.
はい、私がこの物語のその仕組みを考え始めた時にアイデアとしてはこの小説の一番最初と一番最後を全く同じ文章で始めて、そして締め切りたいと思いました。
Or sentences, rather the sentences in which Alan Carlson climbed out through his window and disappeared.
はい、つまりアラン・カーソンが窓から外へ出て消えるというそういう文章で始めて、そして締めたいと思いました。
And the two parallel stories then would show up in every two chapters. That was the end. In a humoristic way, light way, if you wish, remind my readers about the shortcomings of mankind during the 20th century. For that, I needed a guide to bring me or the reader rather through the whole century. The interesting thing that then happened, and that always happened with all my characters, is that we on the way got to know each other. He was the superstar of the story and I was his assistant. If my main goal was to reveal the shortcomings of mankind in general, then I shouldn't take side, even when it is obvious where you should take side.
赤田をどっちが好きとか、ベートーベンとモーツァルトどっちが好きみたいな好みだと思うんだけど、多分旅行に行くのに北海道と沖縄どっちにより行きたいか。私は子供の頃から北海道派で、北国派で、北国好きな話がムーミンパパ海へ行くっていうのも好きなんだけど、楽しい明るいお話じゃないです。絶海の孤島の話で、もう風の吹きすさぶ音と波の音しか聞こえないようなお話なんだけど、それが好きで好きでたまらなくって、その時初めてフィンランドっていう国の名前を意識したと思う。ただ後書きに書いてあったから言語はスウェーデン語ってことは知ってました。知ってたけれど国の名前フィンランドっていうのがインプットされて、いつかここへ行ってみたい。で本が好きだったんで本を作る人に
タルトを読んですごく感動して、なぜかというとなんか私はあんまり例えば親に、両親に反抗したりとか、先生に反抗したりとかできない子供だったんですね。周りの子が、結構校則がすごく厳しい高校に行っていて、これ先生おかしいんじゃないか、スカートをなんで短くしちゃいけないんですかとか、それを真っ向から先生に反論する友達がいた、結構周りに多かったんですけど、私はなんでそんな先生に権威に対して歯向かうんだろうって、その自分が損するのに成績もつけられるのになんでなんだろうってすごい思いながらも、その子たちの意見に 確かに彼女たちが言ってることも分かるけれども、自分がどの立場を取ったらいいのかすごく迷っている子どもだったんですけど、そのマリアからの手紙の中には、移民排斥運動のことが書いてあって、そのこと政治的なことについて学校で議論する先生が子どもたちと議論する様子が描かれていて、あ、こういう大人がいる国があるんだって、本音で子どもと向き合ってくれる大人がいる国があるんだっていう
までの間に殺人事件を解決するとかそういう本を多く訳してまして。でそうですね、やっぱりそういう本をどんどん紹介していきたいと常々思っています。
久山さん、今お話しいただいたスウェーデンに移住した経緯とかね。
And here it is a little bit more cluttered, and he is lying in the bed. Well, this is my story about Vincent. Thank you very much.
若い人だったと思いますので、その皆さんにとってそのベルリンの壁の崩壊っていうものがどういうような体験だったのか、それがもしご自身の文学活動にとって何か大きなもの、あるいは何らかの影響があったとすればですね、それはどのようなものだったのかっていうことをですね、自己紹介がてらお話しいただければと思います。ではまずはこのトマス。
My name is Thomas Bosich. My name is Thomas Bosich. I was born in East Berlin, and when I was 24 years old, the Berlin Wall came down. It was the happiest moment in my life, and it was very important to see that, because I can witness that the world is changing, and it's getting better. And this is a problem for a writer who knows deep in his heart that the world is getting better. That a writer who is optimistic, he should write romances or something like that. So it's really difficult to be a serious writer with such an happy experience that you keep in your heart. Yeah.
I'm Vărteru. I'm from Portugal. I write everything I can. So I write poetry and novels and theater plays and for cinema and even songs. And I remember when the Berlin Wall came down, I remember having this same feeling that the world was really getting better. So as if we have learned something from the terrible experience of the 20th century, and we could finally somehow dream about being happy, because we knew how to be happy. And it's somehow it's as if we had the knowledge, the sufficient knowledge to get there. So, and I remember when the Berlin Wall came down, to cause this commotion, I remember crying, literally crying with my friends, with my family, with my father, because my father told me that we could not go back anymore. We learned that lesson, and so we would never go back anymore. And this is what it represented, the necessity of creating this strong memory so that we could go further into the future as a better people, as better person. So, for starting, I could say this.
The last name and my name can easily suggest to you I'm not born Italian, I'm not ethnical Italian at all. And I was born in Germany. My parents are Polish origin. My parents are Polish Jews, they're Holocaust survivors. My last name is actually the name my father's wife survived with, so it's a false name. It's the false passport's name, and I've been living in Italy for about 5 years when the wall came down, and the wall was not only the Berlin Wall, but the wall was a symbol of a world order that split the world into parts, and based on the two big ideologies, capitalism and social, so-called real socialism or communism. And since I had a connection, especially to different parts of Eastern Europe, it was that my joy was also the joy of my joy, the joy of my parents or other people I knew quite well, friends of mine, was to be able to reconnect to these. What type of walls, not only metaphorical but real walls, do we have again nowadays, 40 years after? Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pavel Bridge, and I had no idea that someday I can travel behind the frontier, because the day before falling Berlin Wall, I was prisoner in Czechoslovakia. One example, when my friend traveled across Soviet Union in this era, and some soldiers stopped him in Sheremetyevo airport and asked from which gulag you come, and he answered from Czechoslovakia. So we, myself, like a rebellion student in these days, we felt like a prisoner, like in East Berlin, Thomas Brusig, I suppose. So we were very happy that this wall pulled down. So I'm very happy to be here.
Johan, my name is Johan Laurens. I'm Belgian, native Belgian. My first language is Dutch. My main language is English, but I have been living and working in Japan for all of 15 years now.
So very early on, I started playing with language, and I think if you look at some of the plays by Beckett, if you look at some of the poems by Gertrude Stein, you see that with very simple words you can write beautiful text, beautiful poems. And so one day in Tokyo, I was living in Miwa, Midoriyama. And so it's a, I don't know if people know here, it's a little bit green area to sort of to the west of Tokyo. I was renting a house, and one day I found a snake underneath. And so it all comes back down to, I think, the pleasure, the musicality of the language. And also I would add one element, and I would say that's a way of seeing. It's a mikata. I like the word shisen. So shi from the shikaku no shi, and the sen, the line. So the line of sight, gaze. I think especially this word shisen, I like because the shi also has the poem in it, and also has death in it. So the line of sight, the line of poem, the line of death. Of course, I entered the Japanese language through the phonology, and when I make these kinds of associations, often Japanese poets tell me, "Duri." That's not how you do it, but that's how I do it. That's how I play with it. And I think how the language gives a line of sight, I think, is very exciting. It's also has very important implications of how we understand each other within a European context, for instance. So there's a line of sight and musicality that take us maybe to a little bit into that unknown or a little bit beyond our familiarity. And I think that's, for me, why I'm in this writing business.
もうこれさらに質問を受けたいところですが、とうとう時間が来てしまいましたので、これでこのパネルをですね終えたいと思います。今日いらっしゃった作家の皆さんですね、着いたばかりの方も多くてですね、時差ボケとかですね、いろいろお使いの中ですね、この長時間にわたってお話をくださって、そのことにまず深く感謝したいと思います。で、同時通訳の方も大変だったと思うんですけど、お礼をしてあげたいと思います。ご苦労様でした。ということで、今回のパネルをどうもありがとうございました。